Cape Cod Broadcasting weaves the listening environments of 99.9 WQRC, Ocean 104.7, WFCC Classical 107.5, Cape Country 104, and CapeCon.com's website experience to reflect the lifestyles of the people who live, work, and play on Cape Cod. We hope that you enjoy this podcast.
Good morning, I'm Rob Woodard, and you're listening to Sunday Journal. Once again, I've left the studio, and I am at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. I'm here with Lynn Duquette Pereira, otherwise known as Lulu Nori Morse, and Talia Aroni, also known as Talia Mama. They're participating in a new roller derby league on the Cape. Today we're going to discuss the sport, find out what it's about, and who's playing. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
You're welcome. So, roller derby, that's an interesting endeavor. How did this new league get started?
It was actually a Facebook post. I was thinking that it would be fun to start a roller derby league on the Cape, just kind of joking, and Talia decided that we were definitely going to do it. So it became a reality.
And so, Talia, how did you become involved?
Well, Lynn posted on Facebook, and I was like, "That's awesome. Let's do that." And so we just started private. A lot of people actually posted along, like, "That's awesome." There was a lot of positive response. So then we just started private messaging, and we're like, "How do we do this?" So we were like, "Let's take this on."
And what sort of response did you get? Was there instant interest, or did it take some cajoling? Sort of, come on, guys, we can do this.
No, we actually had a lot of people that were interested right off the bat. We had a huge group of people that we started a Facebook page with, and actually we only have about 5 left of the originals, because once people realized we were really doing this, some of them decided to leave. But I think it's, pretty much the people that have been with us are probably going to be with us until the end. So it's pretty cool.
Great. Well, congratulations on the new endeavor. So who wants to tell me about the rules, Mama or Lulu?
I'll tell you about the rules.
Okay, this is Mama.
So there's a million rules, so I'm going to try to condense this. It's the hardest thing to condense. Okay. So the way that this is going to go is there are 2 teams, and the teams break up. There's packs, so there's 4 to a pack, and then there's 2 jammers, 1 for each team. Basically, it's a 2-minute jam. The whistle goes off. The pack goes, the jammer goes. The jammer's trying to get through the pack. So while the jammer's opposing team is trying to be like defense, the other team is you're playing offense and defense at the same time. So the jammer's trying to get through while the team is trying to block them, yet their team is trying to make holes for them to get through. So it's all about strategy and speed, really, and balance and endurance. That's really what it's about.
And we're here on one of the ice rinks that obviously the ice has been removed or melted. So it takes place in a circle. And Lulu, tell me about, is it sort of what we used to see on TV a long time ago? I'm going to date myself, but a long time ago, where there's checking and it's sort of I don't want to call it brutal, but it's certainly a contact sport.
It's a little different than you used to see on TV. There's no elbowing, there's no hair pulling or punching, which I think was a little theatrical. Now it's more like you have safety zones you can't hit in. You can hip check, you can sort of shoulder check, body check, but you can't hit anyone in the back. You can't throw anyone onto the floor. Mm-hmm. So it's a little more like hockey.
The wrestling aspect is out of it, like the entertainment kind of wrestling for show, scripted kind of thing is out of it, and now it's a legitimate sport.
And we have some of the skaters coming out to begin the practice here. Back to how you sort of got people interested in this, Lulu. When you first announced that you were forming the league, was there interest Cape wide, or did it come from one specific area, or here in the Hyannis area? Or?
I would say it was Cape wide. We had women all the way from Eastham, Wellfleet, up to we actually had a girl from Plymouth that came and started with us also. So it was a pretty wide range of people around the Cape. It's pretty amazing, the feedback that we got right off the bat. Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been holding practices?
A little over a year, right? Almost, yeah, I'd say a year and a few months. We started actually here on this rink.
And you two guys being 2 of the founding members, of course. So, Mama, tell me, obviously, did you have a lot of experience in this sport?
Zero. I had zero experience in the sport. The only thing I had that had to do with being on wheels was rollerblading. That was it. Like, I knew how to rollerblade. And I didn't know anything about the sport. I mean, I had to Google how to play the sport. I just knew of it. I knew the edge to it. I knew that it was cool. I've seen pictures. I've seen it on TV, but I didn't know the dynamic of it. So it took a lot of learning. But we kind of taught ourselves as we went along, and
Sure. And Lulu, tell me about, obviously, probably some of the venues that you're using either as practice or for the bouts. What were some of the hurdles you had to overcome? Obviously, there's a big liability there that I'm sure these venues are concerned about. How did you sort of convince them to allow the league to play?
It took us a while, actually. Talia and I spent a lot of time looking at warehouse spaces, and they're actually pretty expensive on the Cape, and we were trying to convince them to rent it to us by the hour. The place that we're in now in Dennisport actually does. They're amazing. We have a big open warehouse space that we practice at all year round. This is only temporary. This is only when the ice is melted from, July to September. Mm-hmm. So we only have this for a little while. But Talia called them, and they were on board instantly. They were psyched. They were psyched to have us in here. They do roller hockey, so it was like a natural transition for them to have us in here as well.
And so the practice facility is either here or in Dennis?
Mm-hmm.
Dennisport. Okay, Dennisport. And where is that facility?
We practice at the Cape Media Center in Dennisport, which is we're in their far back warehouse. It's a giant space. Yeah.
And I was actually talking to someone today and mentioned that I was going to be doing these interviews tonight, and she said, "Oh my God, I can't wait for this." I was shocked, because I don't really have any experience with roller derby, but she was, I guess, a fan back when it used to be on TV and stuff. Now, can people come and watch the practices, Lulu?
We have a small group of people that come to Dennisport. We don't have a lot of space for people to kind of sit and hang out. So we have, usually on a scrimmage we have maybe 5 or 6 people that come. Here we can have more because we obviously have the space, so it's a little different. But we don't really advertise that people can come watch in Dennisport, but people can happily, we're psyched to have people come watch here. Mm-hmm.
And so how many members of your team are there, Mama?
Currently, right now, I'm going to say we have maybe 30. About 30 members. Yeah, we have about 30 members. Yeah.
And you guys were saying earlier that they come from all over the Cape. What sort of a turnout out of 30 members do you get at a typical practice?
It depends. It depends in the season. Now that we've been doing this a year, it's like we see the flux go with, the different times a year. People are usually busy Friday nights. We practice Friday nights. In the summertime, people have things going on. So I'm going to say for the most part, we definitely get more than half come to practice regularly. In the winter, people came all the time. They were not less, committed to other things. 75%. Yeah, like 75% came to 100% all the time. But in the summer, a lot, 50 to 75% come in the summer. They're dedicated. They come when they can. And when they can't come, they let us know. We have a really active Facebook page that we communicate on daily.
Let's stop there and let's plug that. What is your Facebook page?
Oh, yeah. You have to follow us on Facebook, Cape Cod Roller Derby. You just go right to the search on Facebook and just plug in Cape Cod Roller Derby CCRD.
Okay, great. And so, Lulu, if you have 30 members, how many people do you need to show up to have an effective practice, number one, and then to actually have an effective bout?
Well, it depends if we're having a scrimmage. We have scrimmages every Friday at practice, so we need it would be nice to have at least 8 to 10 people for each team. So, sometimes we don't have that, so we're scrimmaging kind of all night long. We're not rotating through people, so... If it's a regular practice where we're just running drills, it's not a big deal how many people we have. It's nice to have a lot, but sometimes we don't.
And Mama, take me through a typical. I know it's not a match. It's not it's what's it called? It's called a bout. So like as in a boxing match. Like okay, I'm still getting back to that 70s sort of theme. But okay, so take me through a bout. What is the timing? How does it start? Are there referees?
We do have refs. There's actually a lot of refs. I think that we're going to have about 7 refs at our bout. The bout starts, people kind of start getting here about 3:30. Doors open at 4. We start preparing. The bout starts usually at like 5 and goes for about an hour. But, we have all the skaters out there. We have NSOs, which are non-skate officials. You have like between 10 to 15 NSOs, which are people working off skates to make the bout work. So there's a lot of hands involved to make it function.
Now, Lulu, is there a coach? Is there someone who's not even skating, who stands on the sidelines and sort of figures out strategy and that sort of thing?
Well, we have 2 bench managers, one for each team, and they'll be off skates, and they'll kind of guide us on who's out there next and what we're going to do and strategy and sort of gameplay. Right now, we don't have a specific coach. We do have Shockyard Fitness in Plymouth that come down and they coach us a few times a month, and then we have a Gulls, which is a training committee. So we rotate through girls that they'll come and train us they rotate every week, which is nice.
we're a dynamic league in the sense where we've never actually had a coach. We've all just kind of taught ourselves. Like, we've voted people in that show interest and enthusiasm and skill, and they essentially teach. And then we have a lot of people that come and visit the Cape, and other people from other leagues that come and guest coach for us. So, we've been very resourceful in that sense.
It sounds like it. You guys have been doing this for a year, essentially under the radar. I think people here on Cape are just starting to figure out what you guys are up to. I'm Rob Woodard. You're listening to Sunday Journal. Once again, I've left the studio. I'm at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. Today I'm talking with Lynn Duquette Pereira, also known as Lulu Nori Morse, and Talia Arone. She's called Talia Mama, and we're talking about the new roller derby league here on Cape. So, Lulu, when is the first bout?
August 9th, and it will be here. So it starts doors open at 4, it starts at 5. We hope we have a big turnout.
And will there be an admission fee?
There is. It's $10. Kids under 5, I believe, free. And, so I think that's it, right?
Yep.
And are you guys, what's your emotional state at this point? You've been working hard on this.
We're nervous. It's crazy. I mean, this is coming into fruition. I mean, this is 1 year of we've poured our life into this. I mean, we really have. We've put every piece of ourselves into this league and creating the league, and this is kind of our point. And I mean, these women have turned into athletes. I mean, they can do this now. I mean, a year ago, half these people didn't even know how to skate, and now they're legitimate, I think, competitors and athletes, and it's entertaining, and it's a lot of work though. So we're nervous.
Yeah, tell me about some of the other behind the scenes things that you had to overcome to get this league going, Lulu.
We've had a lot of stuff. We had no idea how to run a league. I mean, I've run a business, and she's been in the sales and business aspect of things for a while. So we kind of put that into play and tried to work together to sort of figure out what we needed to do to transition that to roller derby, which was a little confusing. But, we've had a lot of help along the way, so we're lucky.
What were some of the biggest surprises that you guys encountered as you were setting up the league?
The biggest surprises, I guess how hard it would be to learn the sport. When we first started, we were like, yeah, we can play roller derby, we got this. And we realized that there's so much to it. There's so much skill to learn. There's hundreds of rules to learn. So learning that on top of learning how to make this a safe, legitimate, fair environment also. It's a lot of women. It's a lot of personalities. There's a lot of titles. We have different committees. We need people to do merchandise, sponsorship. So trying to break that up and delegate and Lynn and I probably talk, I don't know how many hours a day, just to keep the wheels turning.
Well, you guys are certainly devoted to this, obviously, and what appears is going to be a very successful venture. Right. Lulu, tell me about the ages of the women that are participating.
Well, we have, I think, Raya is our youngest, and she's, 24? And our oldest is Mary or Eileen. They're 55. So
I'm sure they're going to appreciate that.
Yeah, she's very proud.
I meant more in a general sense.
She's very proud of being the oldest. She's very proud.
Well, that's pretty good to get out here and play roller derby. And you're at that age, I would think that she'd have to be in pretty good shape. Good for her.
I think our demographic is somewhere between 30 and 40. I mean, that's the majority of our. I thought that a lot of 21-year-olds were going to be coming in here hot to trot, but I mean, really, we have a lot of 30 to 40-year-old women, which I think is awesome.
A lot of mothers.
A lot of moms.
A lot of moms. Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, there's some younger, or a lot of moms, so you have younger girls that are here watching. What sort of impression? What do they say? Geez, Mom, are you crazy? Why are you doing this? What are they saying? Mama, what do your kids say?
My kids think it's amazing. I mean, my daughter wants to roller skate. My son wants to be on a junior league someday when we have a junior league, which we hope to do in the future. I mean, it's just I really have never received a negative or kind of any kind of feedback like that. Young kids love it. I mean, we have a woman on the team. She has 2 teenage kids almost, and her daughter now goes out roller skating at the park, and she wears the Cape Cod Roller Derby hoodie. So it's kind of this, you feel proud. I mean, it's this, you feel really strong,
And same thing for your kids, Lulu?
My kids are pretty young. They do like to put on the roller skates. They're only 2, so they skate around the house with my huge skates, which is pretty funny.
Play with their gear.
They play. Yeah, they say roller skate, roller skate. Yeah, they're. They don't quite understand yet, but soon they will.
Okay, we just have a couple minutes left, ladies. Just you want to give me a final thought? Maybe tell the people about your Facebook page one more time, and when they can expect to see you guys actually in action. You want to start us off, Mama?
Yeah, sure. Please, our Facebook is really active. That's where we do a lot of our communication, and we connect with most people. So just search us on Facebook, Cape Cod Roller Derby CCRD, and if you can even, that's where we post about the event, which our first, our big expedition bout will be August 9th. Doors open at 4. Bout starts at 5. Admission is $10. Kids under 5 for free. That's really it. You can email us if you have any questions at capecodrollerderby@yahoo.com, and we're always checking that too. And
Lulu, some final thoughts?
No, I'm just excited. Thanks for coming out. And we have 2 teams. I do want to mention the Cape Cod Salty Dolls versus the Dockyard Dames, which is very exciting.
Yeah. And which team do you guys play for?
I'm on the Salty Dolls.
I am a Salty Doll, but I'm not skating at the moment. But I am right now. I'm NSOing the event, so I'll be doing jam timing during the event, which is timing the 2-minute jams, blowing the whistle. Yeah.
Okay. And is there music?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have music. There'll be music. It's very entertaining. We're going to have a halftime show also. Very exciting.
Can I get a scoop and a preview of the halftime show?
There will be our mascots for each team and possibly a shark. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, thanks so much, ladies. I appreciate it. Good luck. And
Thank you.
It's amazing all your hard work that went into this. So I wish you every success. I'm Rob Woodard. This is Sunday Journal. Today I'm at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. I've been talking to Lynn Duquette Pereira, also known as Lulu Nori Morse, and Talia Aroni. She's also known as Talia Mama. We're talking about the new Roller Derby League here on Cape. And we have been discussing the sport, what it's about, and who's playing. I'm Rob Woodard. This is Sunday Journal.
This podcast is a presentation of Cape Cod Broadcasting, which is solely responsible for its content. Thank you for listening. For more information, please visit us at capecodbroadcasting.com.